Oh, I love this thing.
I love watching you play, Mike. That is incredible. Now, you didn't just learn overnight, and you have gotten to this point, and along the way, I know you played with some big names. Can you tell us a little bit about who you played with in the past?
I've been real fortunate, especially back in the 90s. I had great management, and I had like a 2-year run, besides being in some local bands, and I was surrounded by monster players. But I seemed to be the guy that lucked out and got the gig. You know, if a band came into town and just needed a session player for one night, you know, or an opening act, you know, there were many times I got to fill that where, you know, literally shared the stage with bands like the Little River Band, Kansas, Mountain, you know, played with, got on stage and jammed 15 minutes with Leslie West, you know, on the encore. We played Crossroads Forever that night. That just, you know, that was probably one of my favorites. Jammed with some of, you know, 3 of the original guys in Skid Row. Okay. You know, on an off night, they came to a club we were at, and Rob was going to play the next day in his band, Soul System, amazing band. Edgar Winter, got to work with him. Got on as a hired gun for Bo Diddley and did a 6-week tour with him. That was an education in itself. That guy's a monster, and not really, you know, the guy I became, which is I'm pretty much known for the rock guy, and you know, I'm the freak on the leash. I'm different from everybody else. You know, you got all these other guys, they play and they all have that common thread. They sound the same, and you know, one of the issues I fought over the years is I was the guy that was always different. I don't have their qualities. I don't sound anything like them. And it took me a lifetime to realize, you know what, that's okay. I'm blessed with my own voice.
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes we get it late, but we do get it. And, of course, these things help extend that voice.
Oh, yes. And,
you know, just a great career. You know, again, got to do some shows with Molly Hatchet, one in somewhere around 1978, 79, and another one in 95. Of course, a whole different band, but guys like, you know, Ricky Medlock and Blackfoot, got to do a show with them. And, you know, I've been blessed. Right. You know, it's been a great ride.
Right.
And now, of course, with my own guys in the Mike Derhamer band, some of my other buddies in another band called Strange Universe, and just having a great time with it. You know,
seems like it's doing good for you.
You know, got my recording studio in the works. 2 CDs out since 2010. Working on 3 others. You know, that are just having a hard time finishing because I'm so busy.
Right.
But I'll get there. You know, self-produced. You know, a singer-songwriter. I play guitar is my main instrument. I was actually Perry's drummer in high school, and that's how this started. I wanted to learn to play guitar, and that, again, that simple little Grand Funk song, which was one of my favorites, was... You know, those 4 chords started it all.
Right.
And I went home and, you know, it seemed like after that particular year, you know, we kind of just, you know, we still saw each other in school, but the band, you know, we weren't a band anymore.
Right.
And what he wasn't aware of was I was home just woodshedding on the guitar, and I mean, by then, Black Sabbath Volume 4 came out, and I was like, oh, and all kinds of other things that I got into. And one day, the funny part was one day he come to the house, and I was the only one home, and I had a full Marshall stack in the living room. I think I either had a Flying V or an Explorer, and I got Volume 4 turned all the way up, and I'm just cranking out. And I saw his car go by the window, so I shut everything off, and he comes barreling in the house. Who's that guitar? Who's the guitar player? Who's here? And he's looking around, and of course, little round me is standing there, and I'm like, it was me. He's like, no, really. And I picked it up and just played a little bit for him, and he threw a couple of laughing explicatives at me, and then we put another band together, and by that time, we did a lot of stuff, and then parted ways again, which musicians often do. By that stage, we were older. Girls get involved, cars, and all that other stuff.
Perfumes and perfumes.
Yips, and I could say one thing, but I won't. We'll just let it go. Perry might say it, but it's his video. So, at that point in time, things took off. In the early 80s, I was in another band. We did the Holiday Inn tour kind of thing, 5 states. Got to do a whole bunch of stuff. Actually got signed to Mercury Records, but ill-fated. Our drummer was just about 18. His father was a high school, teacher and also a college professor. He could do either one. And, he went home and he's like, Dad, we just got signed to Mercury Records. He says, oh, no, you didn't. You're going to, to college. And instead of running away with us, he ran away. And as far as I know, he's still one of the biggest Las Vegas session drummers on the planet. Okay. So it all, happens for a reason. Yeah. So we didn't get the gig, but, here we are 40 years later, and I'm still living large and now representing Bad Boy Guitars and loving it.
So the one who taught you is the one who's supporting you now. And
we've come full circle.
Right.
So again, I'm proud that he sent these out here. Of course, they're Scottsdale, Arizona, and we're way out here in South Georgia. So we're trying to spread the market a little bit, and I'm proud to do whatever I can. My guitar buddies all know about these things, and some of them come to the shows and they try them out, and they're like, whoa. And Perry's told me he's gotten hit after hit already. So maybe some good things will come out of it, and I hope it does. And we'll all go to heaven in a little rowboat someday.
Sounds good. Mike, thank you for your time.
Hey, Walter, thank you. Rock on, buddy.
All right.
Walter Goff, amazing photographer. Walter Goff Studios, does all our stuff. Make sure you look him up online as well. And I'm just going to play out. Peace.